Hey everyone, this is Nate, speaking on behalf of Blue Productions. Some of you might recognize me as the voice of Trent and Jeff in the now privated fan series, Total Drama Reunion. Now I'm sure a lot of you are confused as to what actually happened and why TDR got taken down. In short, it all boils down to copyright infringement. I'm making this video to help clear up why that is, and to hopefully clear some of the blame from Fresh TV and Popcorn Digital, because it's a pretty complicated situation. So what is copyright infringement? Copyright infringement is the unauthorized use of another company, group, or person's intellectual property. Intellectual property is just a term that means someone's original character, title, concept, or other creative work. It's a little hard to define, so here's an example for you. SpongeBob SquarePants is Nickelodeon's intellectual property. In much the same way, the characters and title of Total Drama is the intellectual property of Fresh TV. Total Drama Reunion was requested to be taken down by Popcorn Digital, a company acting on behalf of Fresh TV. Fresh most likely contracted Popcorn Digital for social media and copyright management. Popcorn, in an email, cited Blue Productions' use of their intellectual property as sufficient grounds for a takedown, and we have no choice but to agree. TDR was an unauthorized use of their characters and the Total Drama name, and they are in their complete and fair legal right to do so. It's not the decision we would have made, but it's very understandable. Total Drama Reunion is coming down indefinitely, and Blue will discuss the show's future and the future of his channel soon, so be sure to sub to him for updates. That's all I have to say about that at this time. And unfortunately, guys, there are no legal workarounds for this, other than personally getting Tom McGillis's approval, which we wouldn't even dare to ask for considering the circumstances. I've been involved in numerous fan projects before this, and researched the law extensively, so I generally have a good idea of the precedent on the matter. Here's a quick rundown of the common suggestions I've seen. You guys should release it on somewhere other than YouTube. Unfortunately, we cannot release TDR on another site, as it would still be copyright infringement. We now know that Fresh TV will probably keep a close eye on us for the next little while, and we most likely won't be able to do anything like this ever again. Moreover, no reputable websites are immune to copyright protection. No, and we're not going to go to the dark web. But you gave credit. That should solve the issue. In informal matters, between two people, maybe. But we're dealing with copyright infringement from a significant animation studio and large national-scale cartoon network. Providing credit doesn't matter in the slightest, as the content within the episode is still infringing. Isn't this fair use? TDR should stay up! Most American fair use claims are processed under the DMCA, or Digital Millennium Copyright Act. There are a few exceptions for copyright infringement under this law, and most YouTube fan content falls under at least a part of this law, typically the parody clause. Unfortunately, TDR is not covered under this statute whatsoever. TDR does not classify as parody, it's not non-commercial use, and it's not even a transformative work, so it's not an exception under fair use. TDR acts as a direct market substitute for the original work, so it's particularly vulnerable to copyright claims. I've read the law exhaustively, and there's very little wiggle room. Generally speaking, fair use claims tend to side with the original company, and the work needs to be almost unrecognizable for the courts to side with the little guy. If it wasn't monetized, it would have stayed up. This is truly false. It does not matter if TDR made money or not, as both the law and the email from Popcorn shows us. It's still copyright infringement. Blue offered to give them the money, but they didn't care, because at the end of the day, it was still infringement. To reiterate, there is nothing we can do. The copyright system is still a little gray regarding fanfiction as a whole, but make no mistake, the verdict in this situation is very straightforward. When we initially released TDR, we expected it to fly under the radar, as there are multiple channels that have unauthorized re-releases of actual TD episodes that have not been taken down. We accepted the risk of releasing it, and knew that it could have been copy-striked. We were okay with that. At the same time, this does come as a slight surprise. When the show made the trending page, we had a bad feeling, and our worst fears came true. Regardless, in the words of Judge Thompson, the law is quite clear on this matter. TDR must come down and stay down. If you're mad about that, complain to the government for new copyright laws. Don't pester Fresh TV. Fresh is just using the mechanisms they have to defend their property. There is no secret vendetta against Total Drama fans. It's just entirely possible that they didn't want their characters in the reunion universe. Either way, the copyright is authoritative on this one. If you're checking out the Christian Potenza AMA on the Total Drama subreddit tomorrow, please don't ask about copyright concerns. The copyright claim was filed by Popcorn Digital, and they could have done it completely without Tom McGillis or anyone else at Fresh TV. They were simply doing their job. Please send this video to anyone who's asking about copyright concerns. And if anyone at Fresh is watching this, know that the team at Blue Productions is deeply apologetic for any harassment that occurred. We denounce it wholly and unequivocally and have tried to stop it the best we could. There's only so much we can do. The internet has a way of doing that sometimes. Ultimately, Fresh TV as a company has a different vision for the characters than we do, and we have to respect that. They might see the joy Dramarama brings to kids, and value that more than any diminishing returns they get from subsequent Total Drama seasons. I mean, imagine how the 16 fans felt when Fresh switched to TD. This is just another step in that saga. We will never know Fresh's true motivations for continuing Dramarama, but there's always a silver lining. Total Drama was just fully instated on Netflix, which might bring even more people into the fanbase. So I implore you, if we stop this hatred and vitriol, and no longer fan the flames, we can make the TD community the welcoming place we know it is. There's enough drama in the Total Drama universe as it is. We don't need to bring any more to the real world. And remember, it reflects back on all of us, so be careful what you say. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope this cleared up any questions you may have had about the matter. Stay safe and be well.